Hey, this is Michaela, and you're listening to Dan Lupinski on the Dan Lupinski radio program.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm grateful you join me. This is Dan Lupinski, host of the Dan Lupinski radio program. I'm grateful you could join me. This is episode number 9. That's right, nine shows already in the book. All right, and nice day outside, sunny, mostly cloudy. High 58, a little bit chilly, but that's okay. We'll make it. And how about those Cubs last night? Huh? They won 8-6 last night. Did you watch the game at all last night, Rich?
Yeah, I saw the game, a
Uh,
little bit of it.
uh,
No, not really.
no,
Not at all. We're Sox fans, remember?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a true Sox fan, but it's nice to see them do. I mean, I would like to see them go all the way for once. I mean, the Sox did it in '05. Now I think it's their time.
Yeah, why
I
not?
mean, how long since the Cubs been there? Like 1908 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's long, way overdue. So
All right. So who do you got on your phone line?
okay, my guest today is Kristin West. She's a actress and producer. Kristin, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful today,
Uh,
and thank you so much for having me
I'm
on.
yeah, grateful to be talking to you again. So Kristen, tell us about what's been going on since the last time we talked. I mean, you did the film Seeking Valentina, and you mentioned that it's won a number of awards. I mean, that's terrific.
We are actually nominated for 14 awards at the Fantastic Horror Film Festival in San Diego, which is a thrill that's going to be playing on November 1st. In San Diego, and we're an official selection of Delhi Shorts International in Delhi, India, which is kind of the world showing of Seeking Valentina, which is exciting for us and exciting for our supporting actor, Srinivasa Kapavarapu. He actually came from acting school in India and took acting lessons with Armin Nasseri in the United States at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and we casted him in our film, and now it's great to show India Srini's work in the United States, which is a really tremendous privilege for us. And just before the show, I had actually mentioned that to you personally that we had just started looking for the house that we set Seeking Valentina in this time last year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a year's journey for us.
Okay. So you won Seeking Valentina. You won from the Fantastic Horror Film Fest in San Diego. You won awards for best short film, also best on-screen couple, share with L.A. Bavarian.
Yes.
Best line. I'll always be there when you need me. And then but you were awarded best actress in the short film. That's pretty good.
Well, these are all nominations. We don't know the winner of these yet. We're going to find out on November the 1st.
Okay.
But those are all nominations. You can still vote, I think, at www.fhfsd.org, which is the Fantastic Horror Film Festival site. And the fan vote is an important part of the overall voting process. But we're just so thrilled. We got several acting nominations. In fact, I believe we were nominated in every acting category, which really, really makes my heart leap because I love everybody that's in the cast so much. And we got also nominated for Best Director and Best Fantasy Short. And we put a lot of love into the film. And even though it's a kind of a horror film, it's a thriller. It's more appropriately categorized as a thriller. We put a lot of love in this thriller, and everybody says, how much heart this film has. And I'm so proud to be part of it. And I'm so glad that people are recognizing it. It's a thrill to be nominated and a thrill to be selected at these prestigious film festivals.
And the director was Armin Nasseri. You both produced this film. Is that right? With you co.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
I said you
Yeah,
both.
I co-produced it.
Right, and then you played a title role in this film too, Valentina.
Yes, I do. Armin wrote basically a psychological thriller about grief, and the film title is Seeking Valentina. I play Valentina, and there is a writer, and he's recently lost his wife, and he's very much in the pangs of grief when he decides to take in a tenant named Valentina. And the tenant is mysteriously and eerily similar to his dead wife, and he cannot figure out whether Valentina, when she disappears, if she's a ghost, if she's a hallucination, if she's a dream, or if she's a runaway. And one of the interesting things about this film is, if you like films by David Lynch, if you like sort of ambiguity, you can have many different interpretations of what or who Valentina is based on how you, the viewer, read the film, which is an interesting thing to see actually achieved in a short film. And we've had many different reactions to that. Some people, she's a hallucination. Oh, she's a dream. So everybody actually leaves the film with more questions than they do answers, which is a unique position to be in as an actress, as a producer. It's a very unique position to be in filming it, because you kind of have to skirt along this razor's edge of reality, which is always fun to make. So it's a very interesting film. Besides the beauty of the film and the heart of the film, it's a very interesting film to watch. And if you get the opportunity to see it twice, I would highly suggest that, because you'll discover something new each time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to watching this.
Yeah, where's it available at? Where can we get it
We
at?
can't put it up online right now, except for our festival screeners.
Okay.
We're hoping to get it in your area soon. We have submissions out, and as soon as I know that it's in your area, I'll be sure to give you an opportunity to see it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And we'll pass that information along when it's released. That'd be cool. This would be cool. This sounds like it'd be cool to see.
It depends on the festival run. I imagine that it will be available for the general public in about a year. That's kind of our goal, is that we do our festival run, and then in about a year it's released to the general public in some platform. And we're discussing actually all of that right now as to what we want to do once we finish our festival run. But we want to kind of keep it, in the film festivals and showing in that audience for probably another, I would say, 8 months.
Okay. So how long have you been an actress, Kristin?
I first got on a stage when I was 7 years old.
Really?
Playing Fern in Charlotte's Web. It's not quite my 25th anniversary acting. In earnest, I started taking film acting lessons when I was 19 years old. When I was living in Austin, I went to the University of Texas at Austin, and then very good community there. And then really committed to it around 19 years old. So it's been about 20 years, with, I would say, about 6 or 7 years in earnest, actually trying to make a living at it and be professional about it. But I've met wonderful people. I've been very blessed over the years to have collaborated with so many wonderful people and productions and troops and filmmakers and really had the opportunity to have a vibrant creative life.
Where in Texas are you originally from?
I grew up in this very small town called Poteet, Texas, which is the strawberry capital of the world.
Is it really?
Yes, that's their claim to fame. They have two claims to fame. One is that, and then if you ever were a fan of the Steve Canyon comic books,
yeah,
Poteet Canyon is actually named after Poteet, my town.
Really?
So we have this giant mosaic of Poteet Canyon right smack dab in the middle of the town. And then there's this big strawberry water tower. And that's my little town of 3,000 people. And that's about, it's small. It's about I would say 3,000 people on a good day, and we're about 20 minutes south of San Antonio, and it was a very, sort of idealized small town growing up in Texas. There were cowboys. People actually wore cowboy hats. People had horses. People had boots. And then I guess the biggest shock for me when I was going, in my growing up was when I went to the University of Texas, there were more people studying at the University of Texas at Austin than lived in my entire county.
Really?
There are 50,000. Yeah, there are 50,000 students at UT Austin, and there were 50,000 people in my county. And UT Austin's only literally 40 acres. They call it the 40 acres. So it was quite a shock for me when I first got to college about just living in a density of people. But so that's where I grew up, and I believe I got all the best parts of that experience and grew from it. And I've been in Los Angeles now for a number of years, and I'm thoroughly cityfied. But I do make it home every few months, and it's good for you to put your feet back on the ground where your roots are, and people from my hometown are very supportive and very interested in what I'm doing, and I'm very thankful for that.
Oh yeah, imagine Los Angeles got to be a long way from home. I imagine it had to been something to get used to.
It's literally 1,000 miles distance, but I've been very good about keeping in touch and keeping tabs on what my family's doing, and they've been very supportive. So sometimes when you need a hug from your mom, you can't quite just go down the street and get a hug.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we make up for it when we're together physically, which when we're in each other's presence, and that's always a great thing.
So you had a lot of encouragement as what you wanted to be when you were growing up.
I think for me, one of the things was I did have a lot of, before 18, 19, and I would even say until I was about 20, I still had a lot of other interests. And it wasn't like I wasn't fixated on acting. And I had a good friend say to me something that was very illuminating. He said, I want to act, I want to be a lawyer, and I want to be a doctor, and I want to be a fighter pilot. And then I realized that I could be all those things in a way if I just was an actor.
Yeah.
And that kind of encapsulates how I felt at that time, because I had so many varied interests. I wanted to be a diplomat, and I wanted to be a lawyer, and I wanted to be, like one of these people that did charity work, like go to exotic locales and help villagers. I had all of these imaginations in my mind about what I wanted to be, and I could never quite get a foothold on one single one that made my heart beat fast. Made that little flutter in your heart. And I finally realized, I want to experience all those things. I don't necessarily want to live them day in and day out. And I had the acting thing for me was a path to kind of trying on those different costumes and exploring them. And then also, I did love acting. And sometimes you feel a certain amount of, oh, you're an acting kid. Oh, you. And I finally had to kind of get over that and say, yes, I'm an acting kid, and I'm proud of it, and really live it. And I kind of tested that when I was like, can I do this full time? And I was in college. I was doing the Shakespeare at Winedale program at the University of Texas. What that is that you spend about 3 months in residency in a very small town called Winedale. It's outside of Houston. And you do Shakespeare in a barn in the South Texas heat, and you're rehearsing like summer stock would about 10 hours a day.
Oh man, I can imagine that, especially with that heat.
Right. and I said, you know, if I can get through this and I can enjoy it, I can commit to acting. I
Right.
can do it. And I did. And I've been going ever since.
Sounds like the call dropped out.
Get her back.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we lost you.
Hey, are you real busy?
I'm so sorry about that. I don't know how that happened. All of a sudden I hear beep, beep, beep.
Well,
And I'm like, oh, she didn't
it's
like something I said.
It's okay. It's okay. Things like this happen, you know. So, go and continue what you were talking about. I was
Well,
like, good.
well, I think where I was leaving off with my little story was I was doing Shakespeare in this very hot barn
Right.
in Texas for a period of months, and kind of trial by fire. And after that I knew I could commit to it professionally, and that was kind of my litmus test for myself. And ever since then, I have not made it back to any hot barns in the summer, even though I've tried. I've been, you know, going and doing the professional acting thing ever since.
Okay. So you won some other awards from for a couple other productions you've been doing. Stranger in a Book, which is a short mystery, and Vida Gaffari was also in that one, and also Fifth Helena Drive, which is also a short mystery.
So, Strangers in a Book is a also psychological thriller, and the premise of the story is that this woman named Sarah, played by Vida Gaffari, finds this very strange book, and in it are clues about her life that she doesn't know, and she's unraveling the mystery of, first of all, how did this book come to be? Why is it here? And ultimately, it asks the question, who am I in the world? And Vita's character, Anna, wrestles with that. Sarah wrestles with that
Right.
constantly. And this film was a very interesting film to shoot. We had a lot of other wonderful cast people in it. Christy McGinnity from Little Women LA was in the film. Also John Mack, who has been on several movies. She's actually recently out with Mickey Rourke in The Effects of Blunt Force Trauma. Has a very compelling role in this film. Vida Gaffari is, of course, in the film. And it actually won Best Guerrilla Short at Action on Film, the International Film Festival in Monrovia.
Okay.
And that we were very proud of that, because we worked really hard to get it together. The aesthetic is really, it's all black and white. If you like the trending toward long form music videos, it does have a sort of a music video vibe to it, even though there are acting and speaking parts in it.
Okay.
The music in that is really good. Fifth Helena Drive is actually still in post.
Is it?
Phoenix Song, by the same director, Kate Marzullo, won several awards. It was on the film festival circuit from 2013 to 2014.
Okay.
It won second place at Action on Film in the faith-based category. It's actually an interesting award to give that film, because it's also a long-form music video about reincarnation. If you believe in reincarnation, it's a sort of a Buddhist or New Age kind of concept that when we die, we actually reincarnate. And Kate wanted to explore that in a music video format. And besides that, it's a very lush, very beautiful, very well executed, well edited, long form music video, costume driven. We have costumes from many, prominent decades from the French aristocracy to the medieval Excuse my little dog. My dog
It's
wants
okay.
to participate too. Just that noise.
Nothing wrong with that.
If we get it on camera, we could have like a viral video going here.
Oh gosh, my dog is shy. My dog is shy. I don't know if you'd want to see me without me. But we had all sorts of costumes from like the Versailles, the French aristocratic costumes from the American prairie, costumes from ancient Egypt, and it's very much told through costuming and through movement. And that won second place at Action on Film. It won, Kate won Best Director at Fantastic Horror Film Festival last year at the inaugural festival. And it was a really tremendous achievement for everyone involved. And it's just exciting to see, these films get recognition and also have a place to screen. And that's the importance of independent film and film festivals in our world, is that we actually get to show different types of narratives and stories and ideas that you wouldn't necessarily have access to if you only had cable or if you were only watching network television, which is exciting for us. And it's exciting for me, especially as internet channels, like what you're doing with your YouTube channel, are becoming more and more common, more and more popular. It really gives filmmakers an opportunity, and people like yourself an opportunity to really talk about things that matter to you, and not necessarily wait for a corporation or a network to say what you're going to watch and how you're going to watch it.
Right, because even with your smartphones and everything, because entertainment today is going to be more personalized more than ever, and especially in the topic of horror and stuff like that, and specific things like that,
Exactly. I had a friend of mine. I was looking at his posts on Facebook, and it's interesting these days how they can kind of pinpoint what your tastes are. His post was kind of to this effect. It was like, "Damn you, Netflix! How do you know that I like story-driven narrative film with strong female leads? How do you know that?"
Yeah, that's right.
Because they monitor your taste, but what it also does is it helps to find things that you will enjoy, and also encourage people to take more risks, in filmmaking, which is exciting.
Yeah, that's great. It really is. So, do you have links? Anybody could look you up or anything about the Seeking Valentina or anything that you're doing?
Absolutely. My personal website is www.Kristin, Kristin, West, like the direction, .net. And I just revamped this website. So it's totally different. If you looked at it a year ago, it's totally different. It's been made to be more user-friendly. And all of my social media is on that website, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. My Twitter is @Kristin_West. And all of my information is now up on this newly revitalized site, which I'm really excited about because it helps me to connect to fans and the general public in a much more easier way. And Seeking Valentina has a Facebook page. It also has a Twitter account @Seek Valentina, no underscore, sorry about that, Seek Valentina. And then the website for us is www.seekingvalentina.com. And we update all of our screenings on that website. We have our trailer up on that website if you want to see the trailer. It's there. We're at just over 900 views of our trailer, which we're really excited about. And all of our press is up on that website, articles, interviews we've done, like our interviews with you in the past. And basically anything you would want to know about the film. And of course, I'm on IMDb. Please look me up on IMDb for a further list of credits. And that's basically how you find me on the World Wide Web. And I'm just excited to be able to share all of these things and connect with you and your audience. And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Do you have any comments for those who may want to get into the business of acting and doing what you do? What would you say to them?
I would say, there's no such thing as overnight success. It takes a lot of effort, but I think it's worth the effort. I would hope so. I've put a while into it myself. But I would say go out there, go get it, but also be patient with yourself, because some things that don't turn out for you have a sort of a hidden gift in them. People that I met on little short films that didn't go to festivals, somehow I end up working with them years later, and they're on to bigger and better things.
Right.
Just have the you have to have a lot of resilience to be an actor, and in any creative profession, whether you're directing, whether you're producing, whether you're a screenwriter, because that all revolves around, at some point somebody's going to tell you no. Someone's going to say, oh, I don't think you're good for this. There will be a rejection at some point, and you just have to learn to manage those rejections and see them as opportunities.
I could see that. I could see that definitely happening, because it's a cutthroat business, and like I said, it's the just putting yourself out there and continue to do it. Because if you don't, you just get behind the eight ball, and you could continue to try. And like you said, you're not gonna be number one right away. You might not even be. I mean, you can wish for $1 million, but it may never come. But as long as you do the right things, you'll feel like a million. You'll feel better about yourself. And I think as you put yourself out there, I mean, people could see that, and eventually the right thing will come along. There will be a door that will open, but it just takes a lot of persistence, and just keep, like I said, just keep putting yourself out there and just doing what you did.
Exactly, and allowing yourself the opportunity to take risks and grow from those risks, and really just, I think one thing is people get fixated. Well, if only I had gotten that part. If only I had gotten this. If only I had gotten that, my whole career would be different. Well, my tendency is to be, well, there was a good reason it didn't happen. It's just my way of thinking. I'm like, well, if I didn't get something, there's a good reason for it. I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm not blonde enough, I'm too blonde. All of this stuff. And you have to be okay with not always being in control, especially when you're an actor. You have to be a personality type that's kind of allowing, because you can't control every little detail around you, especially when you're acting. And you have to kind of allow for a process. Producing and directing, I can't speak to directing very much, because I haven't directed a film. I've directed a play before, and then you're like, okay, I want you to enter it this time, and then I want you, you block everything out. Producing, you're kind of seeing to supporting everybody underneath you to make the film to go. So you do have control in certain areas, but with acting especially, you have to be I believe you're healthiest when you come from a place of allowing. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people, and even I to this day, struggle with, is just allowing the process to happen. Go out, get it, give it 180%, go pound the pavement, get yourself out there, get yourself seen, and then you have to allow for your fan base and your your supporters and the role to come to you. It's a very interesting dance.
Yeah, I think so. So, Kristin, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
I would love to give a shout out to everyone I've ever collaborated with, but most especially at this moment, my Strangers in a Book team, especially Vita Kafari, who's been a tremendous friend and a tremendous supporter and a tremendous producing partner. She and I produced Strangers in a Book together. She was also in Seeking Valentina and is nominated for 2 awards at Fantastic Horror Film Festival. We're both nominated for Best Actress, and we're both nominated for Best Supporting Actress, which is funny.
That's cool.
So I do want to give a big shout out from the heart to Vida and all of the Strangers in a Book team. I want to give a big shout out to Seeking Valentina team, especially Armin Nasseri. Armin, I cannot tell you enough how many risks Armin took making this production in the current political climate. Armin's actually
Right.
Our cast is predominantly Iranian American, and as you know, regardless of how you feel about the diplomacy situation between Iran and the United States, Armin really took a chance by having a diverse cast and a cast that was Iranian American and authentically Iranian American. They're a real family going through real problems.
Right.
And Seeking Valentina. And so I want to give a shout out to him for his bravery and his courage and his passion for filmmaking. You'll never meet a more passionate filmmaker, I think, than Armin, and I want to give him huge hugs for that. Our whole producing unit of Mo Whelan, Matt Chasen, they've really championed the film, and the entire cast and crew, especially Ali Bavarian, who's been was an amazing theme partner in Seeking Valentina. I can't tell you how, a review came out for Seeking Valentina last week, and
Right.
one of the lines that I just love was, "Ali is riveting," and he is, and he is really the eyes of the film. You see things kind of from his. I don't want to say quite from his point of view, but you're watching him the whole time. He's your focal point, and he really carries the film in a wonderful way. And I want to thank our cast and crew who really, this film in particular was very challenging to shoot. We shot it in 3 Los Angeles counties. We went over 500 miles in about 5 days from location to location.
Wow.
We were up, I believe, about 7,000 feet above sea level at Big Bear. We had to take a filmmaking equipment up the side of the mountain in the snow in February and make it. And really, our team really came together to make this, despite some very challenging circumstances. And I think we all grew from it as people as well. And I want to give huge props to the cast and crew and helping to make this film possible. And I'm really excited for everyone's achievements in this, and very grateful to everyone that was a part of this film and a part of Strangers in a Book.
That's cool. We have to schedule another show where I'll be able to talk to all you guys, yourself, Armin, Vida, and Ali. We did that before, and it was nice. It was great talking to all you guys. And like you said, Armin has done a lot. He's gone through a lot, and he's a terrific director. I think, and everybody involved in this. Like I said, it's like a family, and it's nice that you were able to collaborate with each other with this whole thing and make this thing work like it has been, and like it's incredible all the awards that it's been receiving, so that's pretty cool.
It is, and I will let Armin and the team know that you'd like to have us back, and we'll figure out
Yeah.
an ideal time for that. And And thank you so much for your tremendous support and interest in what we're doing. And I just can't wait to share more wonderful news as I have it with you and your listeners. And I really appreciate deep down all your enthusiasm for what we've been doing.
Yeah, I appreciate you being on, and yourself, as well as everybody else that's involved. You always have my love, strength, and support. Anything else that comes up. Like I said, we look forward to having you on again and being able to talk about it. But again,
Yes.
thank you for being my guest this afternoon, and again, it was very nice talking to you again. And do you have any closing comments before we let you go?
Thank you so much, everyone, for giving me a little bit of your time today. I know everybody's busy with their busy schedule and their busy lives. And thank you so much for taking the time out. And Daniel, I love you very much. And I hope to talk to you again soon.
Okay. You take care, and have a great day. And we'll talk to you. And love you too. And you have a great day. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye. All right. That was Kristin West, actress and producer. And I hope you enjoyed that interview. Again, this is Dan Lupinski, host of the Dan Lupinski radio program. And if you're interested in producing your own internet radio podcast show, go to the karaokezone.com and talk to my buddy Rich Munich. Say hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
How are you, How are you today?
Oh, well, staying out of trouble so far. Calling up YouTube celebrities on my channel.
That's right. So go to Rich's channel and check him out. He's got some good stuff posted, especially one about hot dogs growing in a tree. Inquiring minds want to know about that one.
How does that work? Huh? How did he do that?
Especially here in Chicago.
Yeah.
So again, thank you, thank everybody that's listening. Thank you for joining me, and very much appreciated. But remember this: no act of kindness, no matter how small, is never wasted. So you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Have a great week. My next guest will be actress and model Stacey Hayes. I don't know if you ever watched Lingo with Chuck Woolery, and usually you usually see her as on that show. So we'll be talking to her in the next show. So until next time, be good to yourself. Let at least one person know you love them, and you take care. And God bless. Thank you.